In his second year coaching at the University of Oklahoma, Bob Stoops brings home the hardware in the 2001 Orange Bowl, something we hadn't seen that year for 15 years. I'll be discussing that and more topics coming up. But first, let me thank you once again for joining me. I'm your host, the legend Mike Wilkerson, here at Sooner Legends Podcast. And if you don't mind hitting the like button, hit the red subscriber button, and turn on your post notification bell. That way you don't miss any OU football or college football content that I will be uploading. And also comment. I love mixing and mingling in the comments. Also, I would like to announce that I have a partnership with Devil Dog Brew and Beans. He's a veteran owned coffee brand that takes pride in brewing coffee blends that embody the spirit of the fearless and dedicated Marine Corps, where every sip is a celebration of strength, camaraderie, and exceptional taste. Get 10% off your first order of Devil Dogs by using promo code Sooner Legends at checkout, where you will receive free shipping in the continental United States. So, second year, Bob, he was in his second year at OU, but the previous season, if you remember, his first year, we went 7-5 that year, went to the Independence Bowl and lost to Ole Miss on, for some reason, the snow gods hit Shreveport, Louisiana, and but we lost, but we went into that next season, and I mean, just went on this tear of just something that really I hadn't seen since 1974, to be honest. But let's stay on topic of 2000. Well, OU started out their year at home to UTEP on a very hot and humid day evening at Norman, and they defeated UTEP 55-14. And the next week we played Arkansas State, beat them 45-7. Then we had Rice at home, and we beat them 42-14. And then had Kansas at home, and if y'all remember, Kansas had that hot shot quarterback Diamond Phillips, who was he a pretty salty quarterback. He, but we ended up beating Kansas that game 34-16. Now, when we were ranked 14th, so comes the almighty Red River shootout. Now, if y'all remember, that's when some people call it Red October, some people call it the Murderer's Row. I use whatever adjective you want. That's what described the next three games. We go to the Cotton Bowl. And if y'all remember, it was raining, it was cold, just oh God, it was awful. Thank God me and Daddy watched it from home. But in that game, OU just obliterated the Longhorns 63-14. Uh, there was a lot of highlight reels in that game. Rocky Calmus, if y'all remember, he had a broken hand, intercepted Chris Sims, run it back for a touchdown. Roy Williams had a couple of sacks. Quentin Griffin went off with his 6 touchdowns. I mean, there was highlight reels all over that. And if y'all remember, I think it was might have been late in the third quarter, early in the fourth quarter, when one of our players stripped the ball out of one of Texas receivers' hands and recovered the fumble. That was pretty cool. So we won that game 63-14. At that time, OU was ranked number 10 and Texas was ranked number 11. So we go to K State. Now that one wasn't the score was 41-31, but we made some mistakes. K State got within earshot of us, but we had a, we were I think it was either Derek Strait or JT Thatcher that run one back. So the final score ended up being 41-31, and we got a bye week against Nebraska, and we went into Nebraska ranked number 2, and Nebraska was ranked number 1. Now Nebraska jumped out 14-0 on us. Won by a passing touchdown by and a run by Eric Crouch. He threw a touchdown pass and then he run one. After that, nothing. OU beat them 31-14, and another highlight I remember in that game was Josh Norman. No, it wasn't Josh Norman. It might have been Josh Norman. I can't remember. I'm getting old. But they blocked the punt on Nebraska, and we ultimately. As a matter of fact, I'm sorry. I need to correct myself. We was ranked 8th at K State, and K State was number 2. And when we played Nebraska, they moved us to 3, and Nebraska was number 1. So we beat Nebraska and got the number 1 ranking. And then we played Baylor, and that was back when Baylor sucked. Beat them 56-7. Then we went to Texas A&M at College Station, that weird place. Oh God, I'm not even going to talk about that. But anyway, OU won the game 35-31. But if y'all remember, had it not been for Torrance Marshall intercepting that pass, we probably would have lost that game. So a little Sooner magic come in that game. Then the next week we beat Texas Tech 27-13. Then went to OSU and won 12-7. Boy, that was a boring game. I remember watching that. God, just. But our defense, what can I say? That's back when OU had a defense. And then we played K-State again in the Big 12 championship at Arrowhead Stadium. And we won by 3, 27-24. Ultimately going to the Orange Bowl and beating Florida State 13-2 and winning our 7th national championship. Now, if y'all remember in the national championship game, there again, Roy Williams and Torrance Marshall at the right times made key plays on defense. Quentin Griffin scored our only touchdown in that game. And then, if y'all remember, the long snapper flung it over Ferguson's head so high that he couldn't have caught it with a butterfly net, went back in the end zone, and we took a safety. Smart play, by the way. And so Oklahoma got us our 7th national championship. And that was in Bob Stoops' second year. I enjoyed that game. I enjoyed that whole season. If y'all remember, that was a fun season to watch OU. I mean, they was clicking on all 8 cylinders. And I mean, just Josh Heupel had highlight reel after highlight reel, him and Josh Norman and all them. What was his name? Trent Smith, our tight end, Quentin Griffin, Ronaldo Works, Seth Luttrell, our offensive coordinator, had some highlight reels. So that was my second favorite OU team, as opposed to, which y'all already know, my favorite OU team is 1974. But there you have it. The 2000 Oklahoma Sooners national championship and Bob Stoops in Bob Stoops' second year. Well, I'm going to end this video. You all have a good night. God bless y'all. Be nice to each other because you don't know if tomorrow will come or not. This is the legend. We'll see you on the backside.